Hey everyone, Raymond here. This is going to be my first video to teach people how to do SolidWorks for the club. My intentions with these videos are to try and keep them short and sweet as best I can. As they get more complex, obviously the videos will get longer. But I also I want to introduce people to SolidWorks so people that have never used SolidWorks can learn how to do it and support the club. And then I'm also going to make some stuff for more in-depth use of SolidWorks, like setting up templates, doing FEA and flow analysis, and if I can get my hands on the software, maybe Mastercam to show how to do a G-code for the CNC machine. But first off, we're going to start here with just a super simple introduction to show you kind of the layout of SolidWorks. This video is obviously geared to somebody who has never even opened SolidWorks maybe. So, but please go easy on me as I'm figuring out how to lay out these videos and while I'm making them. And yeah. So let's get started. So up here you have your regular toolbar stuff. File, you can open recent things. More options will pop up once we open a template. But you've got add-ins under tools, which we'll use more later on when we do the add-in suites like SolidWorks Simulation for FEA. PhotoView 360 can produce high-res renderings. I use it sometimes. Then there's also Flow Simulation, which can be used to do some more simple CFD analysis than doing something in like Fluent. A lot of these you probably won't ever use. I've never opened CircuitWorks or FeatureWorks or Scan to 3D or a lot of these. But so those are in there. You've got your new part and open part. When you hit a new part, it'll bring up this window. It'll look different depending on how the computer's set up. So you've got the tutorial tab, which is the standard SolidWorks templates that come with the software. Like I've got an Allay tab, which is my personal templates that I've made for consulting work that I do. And then you've got the Minds templates, which will be on most computers. Any computer that we have in the bay should have it. These are drawings, assemblies, and parts that have been made by the school, so while you're in school you can use them. So let's open one up. So when you open a new part, this is the screen you'll get. You've got your front, make that tangent too. You've got your front, top, and right planes. We'll get more into this. We're not going to do any sketching or building in this video. But so if you come up here, you'll see you have options. This option window controls a whole lot of SolidWorks. It looks a little overwhelming, but there isn't a lot of things that you should change. I certainly don't go into most of these settings because they're already set by SolidWorks and you don't need to mess with them. Some things you may want to change under colors. Some people like to have the background as white or maybe something darker. So you would change the viewport background color. You can pick, whatever color you want. We've also got a performance tab if you're running SolidWorks on a laptop or an older desktop that's maybe not as good. You can play with the performance to see if you can get it to run better. I would start with the level of detail bar here. Then you've got file locations. The one thing that you care about in here, there's a lot of options, but is probably document templates. That window that we pulled up just a minute ago that had all those templates, you define where they're at using this. So if you wanted to add some location, you would hit add and you would pick the location. You guys can handle that. Something I'm going to cover in a later video is custom property files. They're a great way for linking between parts and drawings. We'll show you that later, but they're super awesome. Then when you have a part open, you also have access to this document properties tab. These are all dimensioning and stuff. Once you learn more about that, you can go in and change it. I tend to use ANSI dimensioning. The other main one is ISO, which is an international standard. ANSI is American. I prefer ANSI, but it's, personal preference. You've also got units in this tab. So I started a part and my default units are inch, pound, second, which is apparently screwed up here. So if you wanted to, let's say you made a part in inch, pound, second, and you wanted to go to metric, you could just come to this and hit millimeter, gram, second. You can also, like I had earlier, you can pick custom. So if you wanted a weird combination of metric and English, you could do that by selecting them in these drop-down menus. You've also got another image quality thing to help make SolidWorks run faster. This basically just displays the circles as polygons, so it runs faster if you've got a whole bunch of circles. You can try and bring this down to see if it'll run faster. I generally run it pretty high because it doesn't seem to make much of a difference. So that is an introduction to SolidWorks and the layout of SolidWorks. We'll start hitting on some more deeper stuff and start making some parts in the next videos, but this was just to give an overview of things you may want to change to personalize SolidWorks to your own liking. Stay tuned for more videos, I guess.